It happened in 2009 when I was 16 years old. One day, on my way to school, I noticed a family had moved into the house at the end of the street. They were a young married couple with a small child, a girl who looked about 6 years old. She wore a white dress, white socks, black shoes, had long black hair, and carried a doll in her arms. But what really surprised me was that the doll looked like a miniature version of the girl, with the same clothes and hair. A strange girl. Every day on my way to school, I saw the girl sitting in front of her house, playing with her doll, and watching me as I passed by. There was something unsettling about the way she looked at me. Yes, it was the darkness. That night, I couldn't sleep. I had very strange dreams, and when I woke up, I was drenched in sweat. I could only remember vague images of the dreams, which revolved around the mysterious girl and her doll. A nosy old lady lived on the adjacent street. She was one of those women who knew everything about everyone. One day, on my way to school, this neighbor grabbed me by the arm and excitedly said she had something to tell me. My curiosity was piqued, so I decided to go with her. She began to tell me about the new neighbors and warned me against interacting with them. She said they were always moving and never stayed in one place for long. She especially warned me about the strange girl, claiming she was from a lineage of demons and that the doll wasn't just a doll but a demon in disguise. I left the old lady, dismissing her words as gossip. I wished I had listened to her. A few days later, the doorbell rang. I opened the door to find the mother of the strange girl standing there. She introduced herself as the new neighbor and asked me if I could look after her daughter while she and her husband attended to an urgent matter. I reluctantly agreed. The girl's name was Lisa. As soon as her mother left, a bad feeling came over me. Lisa and I went to my room to play, but as soon as we closed the door, I started to feel strange and noticed a peculiar smell I'd never encountered before. After half an hour, I felt an odd tightness in my chest and stomach, like I was about to vomit. I told Lisa I needed to leave for a moment, but she suddenly started crying loudly, insisting I stay and play with her forever. Her eyes filled with that same unsettling darkness. At that moment, I recalled the old lady's warning. I tried to leave, but the door wouldn't budge, and neither would the window. I started praying aloud, and Lisa's cries became ear-piercing. Suddenly, the doll fell from her hands, and Lisa collapsed. The doll began to transform into something terrifying and came towards me. I tried to kick it away, but it was no use. It aimed for my neck to strangle me. In desperation, I grabbed its head and smashed it against the wall repeatedly, praying for divine protection. Black smoke started to emanate from the doll, which convulsed like a dying monster. Eventually, it melted into a pool of plastic. At that moment, Lisa's mother burst into the room. She was shocked to find her daughter unconscious on the floor. I tried to explain what had happened but lost consciousness. Later, as Lisa and I regained consciousness, I learned she remembered nothing. Her eyes were now bright and full of life, not the void I had seen before. Unexpectedly, 3 years later, when Lisa was 9, news broke that she had committed suicide by drinking a bottle of bleach. She died in agony, and no one knew why she did it. A week after her funeral, her parents moved out, leaving behind bad memories. They found something glued to the back of the mirror in Lisa's room, a picture of Lisa and the doll with the words, "She's returned to us. Those who answer her call are cursed forever."